Hey everybody, it's Aldo Gandhi, and I just want to let you know really quickly that our swag shop is reopened. DeepDishTees.com is where you go, and that's tees with T-E-E-S. Clever name, guys. They're the new home of our merchandise. You can get t-shirts, you can get caps, you can get coffee mugs, you can get hoodies, you can get all sorts of good stuff, and you'll help out the bar room with the purchase. So head over to DeepDishTees.com.
Some may find the following disturbing. Discretion is advised.
Here we go, Barflies. Welcome to the Barfly Tailgate Show. You already know it's live. It's done by Barflies, for Barflies, and all the other Bears fans out there. We got a packed fucking house for like the first time since, I don't know, man, week 2 maybe? Like, shit, like everyday life gets in the way, and, you know, and then the dismal Bears team that's going on, you know, it's like we cry some weekends, you know, alone. But you know, it's without whatever all the other bullshit, Bears, refs, fucking Nagy, this, that. It's great to be back and have all the boys in the house. We're gonna kick this thing. It's a bye week, you know. I mean, we're 3-6. We probably only gonna win like 2 more games this year, but hey, fuck it. We're here to talk about it and fucking be about it. Let's start this thing off, kick it around the room. Over to Mr. Ryan Badgley, Badge of Honor. Badge, what's up, buddy?
Dude, it's so awesome to see all 4 of us on the screen at one time. It's been a minute, and I'm excited about it. You know, it's Sunday, there's no Bears football, and I have never been happier about that in my entire life. Just, you know, I know we'll get into it, but fuck this organization, man. I'm pretty much over it at this point, you know, from everybody right on down through, except for the players. Everybody can go fuck off, minus the players. The players, whatever. The owners, coaches, front office staff, ticket salespeople, fuck you.
Ticket salespeople.
Ticket sales. He's like the fucking Coors Light guy on fucking.
Yeah, I'm just
on the section 310. Fuck him. That bitch that tried to fucking rob me on a funnel cake. Fuck you. Yeah.
From Half Baked. Fuck you.
You're cool.
Fuck you. I'm out.
Yeah. Next, we're kicking over to Mr. Ryan Kirkland Billings. KB, what's up, dude?
Man, shit, chilling, man. At the station, trying to pick up some of this OT. You know what I'm saying, man? And like Bass said, enjoying this weekend and not stressing about the Bears playing the game. So, you know, it's snowing out here. It's shit's sticking. That's the scary part. So, I mean, man, just trying to make a living, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see all you boys on here. Yeah. We came together like the goddamn Power Rangers. Everybody that had their solo fucking films and shit. Now we all back as a team and shit. So good seeing y'all, man.
I like
man.
Voltron way better, dude. Voltron
Oh,
is like that would be the echelon.
Well, there we go. It's Voltron. That's what we are then.
He's like, fuck, you want to be Voltron? We'll be Voltron. Nobody was
Hell
fighting
yeah.
about what we're going to be. Dude, I can't believe it's fucking snowing there already.
Man,
I was at a
Listen.
beach house. I was at a beach house here yesterday. Like,
you lucky bitch.
over the water in shorts. You know what I mean? And just whatever. Seeing
It's
a
too
couple
cold to walk
friends
around the
on.
house in shorts, man. It's that bad out here right now, man.
Yeah.
I'm so pissed off it's snowing. You listen. That's the double-edged sword of being in the Midwest.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when we were kids, you look out and you're like, yeah, there's snow. And now you look out and you're like, motherfucker, my bones
Yeah.
are going to hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, last but not least, over to Aaron Current, the bearded Bears fan, AC in the place to be, the Kentucky kid, full screen. What's
Yeah.
up, dude?
What's going on, fellas? It's good to see all y'all here. KB over there making some money.
Facts.
First and foremost, I'll give you a Kentucky update. We finally got back on track and got a dub against Vanderbilt, which is kind of a given win, but you still got to go down there and play all the games. You know, if there's anybody that can let it slip, it's my Kentucky Wildcats. But they went down there, they took care of business. Second place in the SEC East for the second time in my lifetime. I mean, we've always, there's always been Florida and Tennessee above us and shit, but we took care of business this year, and we got 2 more wins. I was pulling for badges Syracuse Orangemen yesterday, and they they let me down because they play in Louisville, so I'm for Kentucky and anyone who plays Louisville. But they kind of got their asses whooped. But it gave me a little preview.
So they come out 2 weeks prior and look efficient, and then yesterday they come out and shit down their leg. But
Yeah.
the new contract of the coach just kicked in, so he'll be here for at least another year or two. It's
Nice.
my college team and my pro team. I am so sick of football, and I never thought I could ever reach this point. But I just don't give a shit about football right now.
Hey man, you got to be a bandwagon fan like me, man. I'm a Georgia fan right now.
Maybe I should start doing that.
Well, Georgia, if we don't look at the draft, man, they're loaded on defense, and we got to get younger on defense. I mean, Roquan Smith's not up, Roquan Smith's not up to be replaced, but they got some killer ass linebackers down there, and I mean the whole defense plays like a linebacker, to be honest.
I mean, how many of those dudes are going to drop to the 5th round? Because that's probably where we're going to start off picking. Somewhere
We got
around
a second round pick.
I
What are you
know.
talking about?
I'm just messing around. But either way, man, there's a lot of, what is it? There's a lot of holes and not a lot of options. You know
That's
what I mean?
true. That is true.
Not a lot of places to take them. Now, I mean,
I think we were in a whorehouse.
I mean, granted, it's what still a long way away. I mean, we might get some compensatory picks here and there, but which should help a little bit. But fuck, man, there's just a lot of shit going on. And so look, I know we seen a couple people come out and say that Fields was not impressive, and I totally disagree with that, man. I think it's a horrible fucking pick.
I'm just gonna mute and let you guys talk about this because I ethered someone in the chat last week for fucking calling him a bust.
Yeah,
I mean, I've told y'all this, and I told a guy. I went to a bar last Thursday. My wife and I were both off, so we went and watched the Jets play fucking the Colts. Yeah, the Colts beat the shit out of them. But I'm sitting there with this guy at the bar, and we're talking about. He knows I'm a Bears fan, and I was like, well, I mean, we don't have a first-round pick this year, but, I'd take Justin Fields over anybody in college. And he was like, you sure about that? I was like, yeah, man. Matt Corral gets all this love. Did y'all see him yesterday? He had like 2 fumbles. I mean, he did okay. They won the game, but he had like 2 crucial fumbles. And then you got Kenny Pickett, who is up and down, and you got Bryce Young's too young to come into the draft. He might be the best quarterback in college football. So we got our quarterback, man. I mean, even Dan said that when he was leaving Pittsburgh. His friend was like, it sucks that the refs fucked you, I'm sure that'll be most of the show, man. Because though I was fucking heated,
Bruh.
and then they doubled down, tripled down on the shit. So, but that's what that guy said was like, yeah, we hate winning like this, but at least y'all know you got your quarterback. But some of those throws he was making was, I ain't never seen a Bears quarterback hit those throws. That Mooney touchdown at the end, I ain't never seen that.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, and I mean, I think a lot of it is that he's. I mean, granted, if you go with society, right? You can go with the history and not be a Bears fan and say, yeah, that guy's not going to be good, because you're probably the odds are probably in your favor that that he's a Bears quarterback and he's not going to be good. Like let's just
2 years of proof.
yeah, let's just call it what it is, right? So anybody, I mean, there's an argument that can happen, but if you're actually watching and seeing the adjustments and seeing some of these plays being made, there's stupid rookie mistakes, sure. There's some of these where he thinks that the linemen aren't going to put their hands up. Like you're not gonna fucking frozen rope a ball over the top of a lineman's head. All that dude needs to do is put his fucking hands up and knock it down, and that happened a couple times. But there's a couple stupid mistakes. But I think what I kind of wanted to gear to, and I said it to Chris earlier, is there any everybody's saying like Fields development, he's developing, he's he's improving. Is there any possible way, and we'll start this thing with KB, is there any possible way that Nagy's fucking this dude up for the future? That maybe he is improving on the field, but he's picking up bad traits, he's picking up bad habits and whatever, or is it just
Fields is gonna be Fields. Listen, so in the beginning, I think there is something to be said that Nagy's stunning his growth. We all feel that he should have been getting first team reps in in preseason and training camp and everything. And it didn't happen. So that's already Nagy fucking him over. But I think if you're a baller, you're somebody who gets it, who wants to be great. You have a drive that is unlike anything else that anybody has seen. Yeah. And he's proven to have that drive. They said the man went to, Florida to train with Brandon Marshall?
Yeah, that he's there right now.
You know what I'm saying? And this is him wanting to be great. This is him going out of his way to go do this. This isn't them saying this is something you need to do. This is something Fields is innately wanting to do so he can be better. Anybody that comes out and says this Green Bay shit ain't gonna last much longer, you get all the props in the world. That's not film telling him to say this shit. This is him saying I'm not gonna go for all this other shit that's going on. I'm trying to be great and I'm gonna do what it takes. So do I feel like Nagy's starting to show? No, because Justin Fields is gonna be Justin Fields. He wants to be great and he's gonna be driven to be great. And to me, that's gonna transcend whatever the fuck Nagy got going on, because you see it on the field already. So
yeah, I think you're starting to see it a little more, right? Like the previous weeks, there wasn't a lot of opening up. We've seen a lot of, I don't think that he's. I would just say he was handcuffed a little bit, right? I mean, the game that, and I know I haven't been on since, but the game that me and Kerry went to against San Fran, I mean, the dude was moving, but he was moving because of pressure, and he was still, even though he was moving, he was still looking downfield to make a play. But I mean, all these speedy wide receivers that we have that don't know how to fucking cut. Just dudes can't fucking get out of the way of a shopping cart. It seems like they'd be running down an aisle and trip over a fucking cart because I guess they're fast, but it doesn't translate to the field. I mean, we seen Olympian speed, and the dude put pads on and he couldn't beat a fucking third round corner. So I don't know how none of that translates or what it is or whatever.
It's hard for something to translate.
Theme in Nagy's offense.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's hard. It's hard for something to translate when everybody's running curls every fucking play.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real here. I hate to say it, but it comes back to that. In the first half of Monday night's game, they really only attempted maybe 2 deep shots, and both were to Marquise Goodwin.
Yeah,
and I don't even think either ball was catchable. Maybe they were just trying to test the defense to see if they could stretch it. And then I tweeted at halftime to Neil Stopchinski, Nagy's non-adjusting halftime talk. And then they come out and they actually start to throw the ball a little bit deeper, which
Yeah.
by them doing that had to take the spy that was on Justin Fields in the first half and he couldn't run, allowed him to open up some running lanes. So instead of in-game adjustments and recognizing things in the first half and adjusting to them during the game, they decided to wait till halftime to make the adjustments. And the team finally actually was able to put some plays together. And this kid was actually... I said it last week. One of my predictions is that Justin Fields would have a hand in every point the team scored. Okay, Cairo kicked a field goal or 2 field goals, whatever, and then they send him out for a 65-yarder, which
to ruin the streak too.
15 yards short, and I mean,
that one hit the crossbar. No, it didn't. That thing wasn't even fucking close.
No, not even. It was fucking at the goal line.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, maybe not quite that far, but. To me, nothing changes until Matt Nagy is gone. It's the same shit. It's the same talk every week. It's the same. He doesn't go after the officials. To me, as the head coach of this football team, and you saw the fucking debacle that unfolded in front of you, to not come out in your press conference and take a fucking fine to shit on these fucking Tony Correnti and his horrible fucking officiating crew. Get the fuck out of the NFL, Tony. You're 80 years old, still trying to fucking look with your old ass eyes at fucking play. Get out of here. Chris Sims said it. I mean, how long ago was that? Chris Sims hasn't seen a football field fucking since my balls dropped. I mean, so it's fucking been a while. So, I mean, him to come out and say Tony Corenti is affecting game. I mean, that right there in itself should be looked at. Every fucking play from that Chris Sims play on. Get this fucking
please
guy
let me know
out
when
of
we getting on the refs. Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, I'm not. No. The refs are fucking terrible, but we shot our own selves in the foot with other fucking penalties that were legit.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not blaming it.
There was a lot of undisciplined. Yeah, there was a lot of undisciplined ass penalties, but I mean, I will say, like, you can't, no matter if there was 0 penalties in that game or even more before that, you can't have a deciding play of the game and throw a bullshit fucking taunting call and then try to fucking hip check the goddamn, the practice squad kid who came up and still like let it stand, like keep it going. I mean, that was a whole. Granted, I think we were down by 3 when that happened, right? So we would have got the ball back.
Yeah, they were sending the punt team out on the field.
Yeah, so I mean, and
that
that's
put
when
them
we
in field goal range. That gave them 3 points.
And like we didn't start cooking. Like it took a long time for the fucking oven to preheat. And we didn't even start cooking till fucking the 4th quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like that bitch was preheating forever.
Typical fucking Matt Nagy style offense. They wake up when the fucking game's just about over.
Yeah, I know. I know.
He's still the head coach of this football team. This would have been the week to do it. And these fucking dipshits in the front office just.
Agreed.
I'm over it. I mean, it's the same shit week over week that we fucking talk about. Yeah. Like I haven't even been on the show. Last week was my first week back, and I knew what it was gonna be. And I'm already sick of fucking talking about it. I'm sure it's hard for people to fucking listen. I mean, it's
because they're all feeling that way too, man. It's not hard for them to listen because everybody, if they had a platform, their shows would be the exact same. I know you talked about Nagy not coming out in a press conference talking about these refs, but when you see him on the sideline, he is ripping into these refs. I don't know that it makes a difference. I guess it makes a difference in his pocket if he comes out and says something, on camera about him.
You're going to be unemployed at the end of the year,
right? I mean, he got to hold on to his. He's got to hold on to the money he's got. But Badger's talking about is Nagy ruining Fields? I don't think so. I love Fields. He's making the throws. He runs when he has to. He doesn't run all the time. Just like we said in the draft process, the guy runs when he has to. He doesn't always take off and run. He makes plays happen. He hits all the throws, and we've never seen that. And he's open and honest. He was on Waddle and Sylvie the other day, and I listened in for a little bit. And the honest answers that this guy gives, I hope that never changes because we didn't see that with Mitch. We hardly saw it with. I mean, I guess Jay, he used to go on Waddle and Sylvie every Monday, and he was, I mean, pretty open and honest, but
Yeah,
there was
he
stuff
was.
that he just wasn't going to answer. You know what I'm saying? But I just love the kid, and I think I can't wait for Nagy to be gone and we can get somebody else in here and figure it out from there. But I love that we were taking shots last week. We saw the offense start to
AC,
fall.
I'm sorry. Your opinion may change if they climb out of this about to be 5-game losing streak. I mean, if they come out of this again, 3 years in a row coming out of a long win streak, I mean, how can you fire the guy?
There's no way they're going to keep him.
Shows collaboration
No,
between
because listen, even if we pull out of it and get a couple of dubs, the Ravens aren't looking as bad as they are, as good as I thought they were going to be. I mean, the Vikings took them down to the wire, and so did the Lions. So that's not an automatic loss that I thought it was going into the season. But
doesn't that also mean that the fucking Lions aren't an automatic win?
Right.
That's exactly what that means.
I mean, I'm just saying, man.
To me, there are no automatics, but I'm going to pretty much automatically guarantee that we maybe win 1 or 2 more games the rest of the way.
So obviously we all know we got a bye week this week, right? And then we got the Ravens. I think it's the 21st, and then the Lions 4 days later on the 25th.
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
So 2 games in 4 days. We know we're not even a good team preparing coming off the bye. That's never really been a thing. And now we're gonna have basically 1 day of rest, 2 days to prepare, and then we're playing the Lions.
Yeah.
So we might not. It's quite possible, man, that we only there's only 2 possible games that we could probably win out of these last ones, and
Right.
And who knows, man? Let me kind of change it up. We all know how the fans.
Before you change it up, I just have to say this, because the only thing that matters at this point is Justin Fields. It ain't gonna change because it's still the same offense, unfortunately. But
I want to see all the young pieces, man.
Yeah.
Not only Justin. I like seeing Justin. Obviously, he's my guy. But Cole Kmet is coming on. Mooney is coming out. We got.
Herbert.
I mean, we got these young, right? Herbert. We got these young tackles. Tevin Jenkins is supposed to be coming back. Borum has went back-to-back weeks against Bosa and TJ Watt and gave up 1 fucking sack. This dude is going to be legit. We're talking about
scary Larry.
We talk about a youth movement. It's here. We just need the head coach.
Yeah. No, I agree.
He's not calling plays or anything. I do not see, no matter what happens at the end of this season, I do not see them keeping Nagy. He's not doing play calls. He's not the quarterback coach handles the quarterback. The offensive coordinator is doing his thing. The defensive coordinator is taking care of the defense. So he's just there to call a timeout and yell at the refs, I reckon. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
So I do not see them keeping Nagy, and they better not.
Yeah. I see Nate's question. You guys really think we lose to the Vikings? Haven't we only lost one in Nagy's time? Dude, I can't be confident to say that we're that team that's going to go out there and control anybody. And that's where the issue lies. You know what I mean? And I think that's just kind of how it sits. There's not much confidence in the plan, in the execution, in the discipline. It's like at any minute everything could just go awry.
Man, how does Robert Quinn line up off sides?
Twice,
2 times in a row. What are you doing? You look over. There's the ball. I even tweeted, "Scoot your ass back, Robert."
Yeah. And then even after the penalties, you kind of see the wind taken out of his sails, because he stood up, didn't have his hand in the ground anymore, backed up, stood up, and then was kind of just took it, I won't say slow motion, but kind of took it a little easy, I would say, just because of frustration. And I get it, but I don't know, man. It's just some of those calls, though, too. You're like, wait, really? I mean, even I forget who it was. Somebody started posting pictures from all 22.
I thought. The defensive pass interference, the offensive guy, I think it was Chase Claypool, his full arm is extended on the defender. They call defensive pass interference. How the fuck is that?
Was that the Jalen Johnson DPI?
No, I think they were picking on Kendall Vildor, which he has not been as good as we needed. There's
Oh,
no other way to put that.
I
But that
died on that hill.
But that wide receiver has his full arm extended on him, and you call defensive pass interference on him. Justin Fields is getting killed all day, and he even asked the ref, "You gave Big Ben that call. What's the difference?"
After I beat you and satisfy all the Hulkamaniacs, I'm going to get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
Oh my god!
I mean, that's just kind of how it is, you know. So we're gonna run a couple quick little things real fast, but after that, and if you're in the chat, I want your opinion too. We're gonna go with mid-season grades. We're at that point mid-season. We're gonna start off with Sean Desai.
I'm ready to hear Baz's.
You know, we're gonna go with mid-season. I mean, I think if we say Nagy or Fields, we all know where we're going on that one, right? But I want to go some of these other guys and give mid-season grades on those guys. Go ahead, Badge.
Look, I don't mean any disrespect. He just didn't play that well, not for a guy of his caliber.
If they don't run the ball here, I'm going to vomit. I swear to God.
I don't really have any recollection of that at all, but I guess perhaps I blacked it all out.
You know, they won, but I'm going to be miserable all week because they stunk.
The Barroom Network presents two fired-up Bears fans. They are ready to rumble on the Bear Debate.
All right, so here we go. Mid-season grades, reviews. We got some people already commenting in the chat, letting us know what they think. I want to start this thing off with the defense, though. I want to start off with, we'll go with, I mean, like I said, we don't need to go with fucking Nagy. Let's go with Sean Desai. We'll start this thing with AC. And your mid-season grade on this defense, and I'll go ahead. I'll save everything else. But give me your midseason grade on Desai and how he brings the defense to the field. Not the defensive players so much, but how he has structured this defense.
Man, it's difficult. I'm gonna have to say maybe a D+ or a C-. It's not all on him because he's working with the players that he's given, and we've noticed that Kendall Vildor is a liability in coverage. He hasn't had Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn together for a lot of the. It seemed like the last month, he hasn't had them together. Eddie Jackson regressed and then got hurt. He hasn't really had a strong safety playing well. I mean, was he the only bright spot on the defense? He's doing his thing. And I know that's not technically scheme, I guess, but
yeah,
a better defensive coordinator, I feel like would like if we ran like a zone blitz scheme. If you got young guys that aren't going to get home, on a 4-man front or a 3-man front, then you got to blitz. And the only way to effectively blitz, in my opinion, the Steelers ran this for years, is a zone blitz scheme where they play zone behind those blitzes and confuses the quarterback, and maybe they make a mistake. But that's just not his scheme, and that's why I say D+. I mean, he's done – admirable. He got his ass kicked by the Buccaneers, but they had short fields the whole game, and he was kind of put in a tight spot by the turnovers on offense. And so that's why I say like a D plus C minus.
Gotcha. KB, what you thinking, man?
Oh man, shit. C, man. I'm going with a C. I feel like it's of course he's first time D coordinator. You working with the pieces you got, and to be honest, some of the pieces he got are kind of broken. I'm not gonna say it's been a total clusterfuck on defense, but you've seen the past couple weeks now the defense is starting to, you know what I'm saying, the cracks were there, but now they're showing like bad. I feel like for him it's going to be a process over time, and the sad part is you might not have that time up until after this year. So I give him a C, man. I'm praying that something starts to click a little bit more, maybe for some of the players. We get a couple guys back healthy. Khalil Mack coming back would be a fucking monumentous help. Maybe Keem Hicks gets healthy. He didn't play for a majority of the damn game against Pittsburgh. So, we need some of these defensive leaders to come back healthy, man. I think you'll start to see a little bit better of a product on the field. So yeah, I give him a solid C, man. Solid C.
Badge, what you got? Or you want to move on to the next one?
No, I'm gonna say this. So this was tweeted out a little bit ago. You're offered $5 billion to never watch the NFL again. Could you do it?
Yeah, $5 billion. I'm whatever.
My reply to this is, if the officials keep changing the outcomes of games and the Bears don't fire Matt Nagy, I'll do it for $100 million. I'm not greedy. I can still donate to charities I want to donate to.
Speaking on officiating, like I tweeted out yesterday, if the officiating doesn't change and they keep affecting the outcome of a ball game, what if this happens in the Super Bowl or a playoff game? With the game on the line and that shit happens, you're going to have fans start to tune out. I live down here in Kentucky. I'm going to be completely honest with you. When Colin Kaepernick started to kneel, there was a lot of fans that checked out. Now, some of those have come back, but you will continue to lose your fan base if, and Ryan Clark said it best last week, you work your ass off watching tape, hitting the gym, making sure you're in shape all week just to make that one play. And then when you make that one play, they expect you to just stay calm, collected, and you know what I'm saying? Walk off the field. No, man, you're gonna get excited that you just made a big play. And it takes excitement away from the fans to not see their favorite player excited that he just made a big play.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I mean you're at midfield celebrating, but I don't know. I just think that shit was blown out of proportion and the call was bullshit. And I think all the national media actually backed everybody's train of thought on that one and thought the call was bullshit. You've seen it go all over,
Oh, yeah.
And
Ian Rappaport, I mean, he's put stuff out there.
Yeah,
the NFL already came out and said that Corinthians and them missed multiple calls on the thing on the Bears side. They missed the fucking roughing the passer. They missed the unjust taking away of Fields' touchdown to ground.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Steelers were offsides on the 65-yard field goal.
Yeah, that was the other one I was talking about.
TJ Watt was all the way across the ball.
Yeah, let's stick with these grades though. Let's stick with these grades and keep this thing going. So I think for me on Desai, I think I'm a C.
I'm with you.
That might be the highest grade.
What gets me, man? Yeah, what gets me, and I don't know if it's Deshae. I don't know if it's Deshae Townsend. I don't know if it's a secondary coach or not. But there's still this Bears team that every game there's a fucking blown coverage and a dude just running free, man. And I don't know if that's a secondary coach or maybe the intelligence of our secondary players, or if that's something in the scheme. You would have to think it's not in the scheme. There's no fucking way possible. But is this too much for some of these guys to understand or whatever? But I just feel like we see a lot of confusion all the time. And I don't know, maybe it is Look, there's not too many defensive coordinators that come and have a fucking Roquan Smith, have a Khalil Mack, have a Robert Quinn, have a Akeem Hicks, have an Eddie Goldman, have a Jalen Johnson. And I'm not even going to put fucking Eddie Jackson and them on that list because whatever. I mean, just with those guys alone, there's not too many defensive coordinators that come into the league your fucking rookie season and have the talent base that this dude has.
Yeah.
And some way it's just not top tier. And
don't say that. Those players got to play. That's the problem.
Yeah. But I mean, if you some teams only have one of those guys or two of those guys. And
look down in Jacksonville. They've got my guy Josh Allen from Kentucky. That's all they have on their defense, and they beat the Bills last week, 9-6.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of shit that that can be improved, but I honestly think. We're half a season away from watching that side of the ball blow up. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of guys are going to be gone coming next season. There's a lot of space that needs to be made. And, some of those guys just ain't going to be back. And that's it. Let's move over to the offensive line.
The business side.
Yeah. Juan Castillo. I mean, talk about a guy who starts with fucking pennies. Now, so this is where I'm kind of based it off of, right? How is Desai going to start with all these fucking top tier dudes, and then you give Desai or you give Castillo all these fucking bottom feeders, and do they get held to the same grading scale? Badge,
dude.
Dude.
I don't look at these guys as bottom feeders. I mean, Cody Whitehair, James Daniels, these guys were. Second round draft picks that were supposed to be the cornerstone of this offensive line in the middle, and they fucking aren't holding up their end of the bargain. Then you go out and you draft two guys. Now, Larry Borum seems to be playing the part very well. Tevin Jenkins yet to be on the field due to injury.
But he's the left tackle of the future.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but there's talk you've seen him being moved inside to guard. So now they don't even know if he's going to fucking work as a tackle.
That's where he should be from fucking day one. Anybody fucking saying, like, might as well put the bitch at wide receiver and see how he does there.
Yeah, I mean,
fuck out of
Jesus
here.
Christ. So, Juan Castillo, now, Matt Nagy used the prior offensive coordinator as a scapegoat. Unfortunately for Matt Nagy, he can't do that anymore. Now, Juan Castillo, I think, has done things to help, but the offense has had to do things as a whole to help by keeping tight ends in and whatnot, which goes to Castillo's credit too. I'm going to give him a C-, but I could have gone lower based on the start of the season's performance.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with you, and I'll just throw out the fucking. I think I'm gonna go a D, dude. I'm gonna go a D. I don't know. So like, you got guys who drop out, and you think you're gonna start with one thing, right? You think you're gonna run this race, like in the fucking, let's just whatever. You think you're gonna run this race in fucking 74-degree weather and this and that, and right before the fucking race kicks off, it's thunderstorm, and your ass is fucking got to run up a muddy ass hill and whatever. And I just kind of feel like that's how Castillo's life is. Dude was ready to run a half fucking marathon, and then right before the start of it, the fucking thunderstorm came through, and now he's got to run up a muddy ass hill and try not to slip. And he's just working with what he was given, I mean, KB knows that Mama can make miracles every Thanksgiving, but I don't know if Juan Castillo can pull that off. But I think he's done well with what he's got, man. And yeah, the punishment came at the beginning, and kind of got, smoke showed in a few, and you're starting to see Fields run more when things break down. I think the confidence in the line is developing, but I mean, we're midway through the season, and to say that it's developing still is kind of rough. KB, what you think?
I'm gonna stick with what I said earlier when I say I believe a C might be the highest grade that anybody gets. I'm gonna have to go with a solid C-. I was at the Browns game when I effectively watched the massacre that happened to Justin Fields, and that offensive line literally couldn't hold up for shit. Now I've seen the breakdowns. I've seen us not be able to block the simple shit. But with certain people coming back, you're just starting to see glimmers of hope of maybe this offensive line can be solid. And then when we get Tevin Jenkins back, eventually you get to see what possibly might be your two future bookends, getting some playing time. Larry Borum, like my boy Bad saying, looks like he may be that he might be that stud at right tackle. Two fucking top tier rushers. The man gave up 1 sack and 2 pressures.
Yeah.
And this is coming off of him being out. Now imagine him being in and getting that playing time and seeing some of these rushers come in. You don't know what could happen with that kid. So I don't want to judge too harshly, but like I said, the Browns game scarred me. That shit scarred. You literally put Myles Garrett at that point into the NFL league for sacks because nobody wanted to stay in the chip. Offensive linemen were getting beat like drums. You fail to realize that maybe Alex Barr might not just be good at swing tackle. You might need to put that man at guard and kick fucking Daniels in the center because Mustafa isn't strong enough to play center. And the fact that you put Latavius Simmons in. Latavius Simmons, who had not played right tackle, over Bars, that is a coaching mistake.
Yeah.
You put that kid in, as soon as they put Bars in, Bars effectively switched to how that game was starting to look. That's your coach. That's your fucking lineman coach. You see these kids play every fucking day. So I'm happy they got the thing right with Bourne. He seems to be who our right tackle be. Hell, he might be the left tackle eventually. Who knows? But that's coaching, man. Like I said, I give him a C minus. And like I said, a solid C is as high as this grade scale is going. That should tell you something.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. AC, last one on this one. Over to you, dude. What you think?
Well, I mean, it's difficult. I've been sitting here thinking the whole time. I was like, man, I love Juan Castillo. I think he's done an admirable job. And the whole time y'all were talking, I was like, I'm giving him a B. And then KB said what he said, and I was like, fuck, what should I give him now? So I think I'm going to go a B minus. Like, I was in Cleveland with KB, and I think part of that was it's not all on him that they know what the weakness is and they don't help anybody out. I mean, no one's done more with less. This dude's got a dinosaur at left tackle who is probably our best. I mean, other than maybe Borum, he's probably been our best offensive lineman for the whole season. Whitehair and Daniels have been making rookie mistakes still. I mean, those guys they might need to be replaced. Mustafa, just like he said, is not strong enough, and he's going against the Vita Veas and the other nose tackles of the world. You know what I'm saying? And then at right tackle, we got Borum now, finally. I mean, he was hurt for, half the year. It seemed like he was hurt forever. I was waiting forever for Borum to come back, and once he has come back, he's doing well. Shut up, Don Burr.
Tell Don and them to win a game first before you come on here talking shit.
Well, they might win today. They got the Steelers without Big Ben. They got I guess Rudolph starting at quarterback. So maybe the Lions, maybe they'll win today. I don't know.
That means the Steelers can throw more than 13 yards at a time.
They won't. They'll just turn around and hand it to Najee.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think on that aspect, right? And I don't know how many more of these you want to get into or go over. I know the Fantasy Football Goon, those boys are going to kick it a little early, so we're not going to run a full 2-hour thing today for anybody that's in the chat. But I mean, we just didn't want to sit here and beat the same drum over and over again, and
I was ready to beat the hell out of the drum. What are you talking about? Y'all kicking me off.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of still question marks in some of these things, and I think some of these coaches you're not going to really see, because this is a what have you done lately still type league, and Nagy's had his chance. He's had his time, and his time's run fucking dry. He's had enough years to do it. He's had his system in place, and he's had years to show what he can do. And
yeah,
it's the bottom tier. I kind of would feel bad.
I tweeted Monday. I was like, "Does this offense actually look competent?" And somebody was like, "Well, it only took 4 years and 8 weeks, so it fucking should."
I kind of would like to decide
his opening presser.
Yeah, I kind of would like to decide to get another year, but if you bring in a new head coach, it's possible that won't happen. But I think just with that, he might get another shot somewhere down the road if he doesn't stick around here. But I don't know, man. I think it's still all up in the air.
I wouldn't be opposed to whoever your new head coach is. Like, I think one of the better ones I've seen, maybe you get like a guy like Todd Bowles come in.
I'm falling more in love with that, KB. I swear I brought it up on the show, and I'm loving the way it sounds.
I was gonna say maybe Todd Bowles.
Get a really good coordinator on.
I mean, we had
I
don't know. We had a chance to get Todd Bowles a few years ago, and the thing is, Bowles used to coach with Nagy. Bowles used to coach with Nagy's father, and Bowles has known Nagy since he was a fucking kid. And he still didn't get the opportunity to come in here and whatever. And so I don't know what – maybe he didn't want to, maybe whatever. I don't know what the outcome or why, but I'll let Virginia pull a number out of the hat for the next coach. Dude, she's got to find the hat.
Yeah.
And go from there. So let's go this way. So we got the Ravens, then we got the Lions, Cardinals, Packers. Those are our next 4 games. What's our record after this next month of games?
Are we going best case scenario?
I mean, best case, yeah. I mean, personally, what do you think it's gonna be? KB, to you.
Best case scenario, we win 2. It's 2-2. We split. The Lions, I can. Sorry, Don. Y'all not getting y'all first dub against us. I see it still beating the Lions, bro. That fucking team's a mess, bro. They play circle jerk with each other and still can't find the end. So you got that. You have a Ravens team that's honestly not that damn good. Now we show as a team spurts of being just trash, and I mean that could be one of the games we decide to just come out and be trash.
Yeah,
but it's after a bye. We've shown a history of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that we'll probably come out and play trash, but best case scenario, right? That's what I'm going off of. We'll finish 2-2. I think we might be able to get the Ravens. I don't think it's up to us.
I don't think it's up to us on the Ravens though, because the Ravens either kick ass or they suck, and it's not really the team they're playing against. So I think we get lucky if the Ravens come out and suck.
I was gonna say, and that's kind of what I'm going off of. Maybe we just get lucky that day. We're due for some kind of luck. You know what I'm saying? So I say 2-2. I don't think we beat the Packers. It's whatever. I'm over that shit at this point. And the Cardinals, no fucking way. There's no way we're beating the fucking Cardinals. They have too many fucking weapons.
Too many weapons.
It's I don't care if Justin Fields come out and he can put up fucking 38. I promise you the fucking Cardinals will put up 40. Like that's just too much. Like I said, I give us a chance against the Ravens. The Lions are the fucking Lions. No one cares about them.
Yeah.
So I say 2-2.
2-2. I'm going 1-3 is probably the best case scenario.
I think we're 1-3. I think I have no faith in this defense anymore. It might be different when we get some players back, but I don't really see it changing a ton. I mean, we gave up 29 points to a bad Steelers offense. Let's be completely honest with it. That offense is Najee Harris and that's it. And we gave up 29 points to that team. Lamar Jackson does Lamar Jackson things, and it doesn't. Like I told y'all, I texted y'all. Back when he was at Louisville, it was Lamar Jackson and everybody else. It was just a bunch of dudes out there with him, and he went and won a Heisman with that. The dude does his thing, and I don't see our defense being able to stop them. We're going to beat the Lions because sometimes football is about matchups, and I feel like we just match up with them really well as far as linebackers on running backs, corners on wide receivers. We just seem to match up with them because they just don't have the talent there. I like Dan Campbell as a head coach. So you can take that, Don Burr. I do like your head coach, but I just don't think you have the talent pool there. And you do have a lot of draft picks to try and build that talent. But you just don't have the talent right now. And then the Cardinals, just like KB said, they got weapons all over the field. I mean, they're 5 deep at wide receiver, 3 deep at running back. Kyler Murray's shooting for the MVP, and that defense ain't no joke either. I mean, they're coming out and playing hard as well. So, and then the Packers, unless Aaron Rodgers gets COVID again, which he's immunized, so maybe he won't ever get it again. But
no.
Unless he gets COVID again, I don't see us beating the Packers, to be honest. Especially in that one's in Lambeau, correct? Yeah, because he told us he owned us in Soldier Field. So, yeah, that's in Lambeau. It's probably a Sunday night game. It'll probably be like 2 degrees. Yeah, I don't see us winning that one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say 0-4. Good. I'm gonna be the 0-4 guy, and I don't really give a fuck. And here's my reasoning behind it.
We're gonna start calling him Debbie Downer. That's not bad, no. That's Debbie Downer.
Okay, I'll take it.
Don Burr is now on Deep Dish Tees. Buy him Badge of Honor apparel.
I do not want to give Ted Phillips and George McCaskey and Ryan Pace the opportunity to say, boy, the way these guys pulled this team out of a so many game losing streak, I'm just done. Let's just fucking let it run its fucking course, since you're not going to fire him in season. Let's bleed it the fuck out. Be done with it. Fire Matt Nagy, and then we'll start fresh and renewed next year.
But don't ruin my Thanksgiving.
If he gives them any sort of fucking hope that there's a turnaround possible, they're going to be like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing we've seen since coming off a 6-game losing streak last year. We got to keep this guy around.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not. I mean,
my boy Badge has just no.
He's like this on game days, dude.
He's just like, you know what?
I'm done.
He's like, I can line them up right now and kick them off, but
yeah.
No, it's not even.
I'm not buying Bears shit.
Hey, last one, because we got to wrap this thing up in about 10 minutes. Joe and them are coming on. So last one, and we need to make it quick. Do you bring anybody back off the IR, seeing where we are right now? Say we come 2 more weeks, 2 more losses, we're 3-8, or even 4 and fucking whatever, 7. Is there any sense in bringing a guy off that you don't feel is 100% maybe, or just to get him playing time, aka Tevin Jenkins?
You got to bring Tevin Jenkins in. You got to see what you got in him. Whether it's left tackle, right guard, center, fucking put him anywhere. You got to see what you got in him.
Tight end.
Right. You can't just you can't just leave that now. Tariq Cohen, is he officially on IR or what?
No, he's not IR anymore. He's just listed as out now, I think.
Well, I would put him back on IR and let him sit out, because we have Khalil Herbert and we've got Montgomery, and I think we're okay with that 2-headed back. But Tevin Jenkins, you got to see what you got. I mean, he's your top. Was he our top? No, we have Fields, dumbass. But he's your 2nd round pick. You know what I'm saying? You got to see what you got, where he can play, and I want to see him and Borum getting in there together for this youth movement, because we don't have a new head coach.
I think you got to bring Tevin Jenkins back and Khalil Mack, because in the offseason you got to show that he's healthy, so we can see what we can trade him for to get maybe a 1st or 2nd round pick out of him. Because, I mean, the fucking defense needs to be blown up at this point.
Von Miller got a 2nd and a 3rd. We ain't getting no 1st for Mack.
Well, all right, fine. I'll take another 2nd. We can, put those.
Give us a 2nd, 3rd, and a 4th. God damn it!
I'd rather just hold on to Mack. I'd rather just hold on to Mack than to get a 2nd and a 3rd.
I mean, if Robert Quinn keeps doing what he's doing, it's possible you can move him. But I mean, I think that the injury with Quinn last year was legit. The whole drop foot thing, and I know a bunch of people said that there's no possible way, but it shows the proof is there. The dude plays better with his hand in the dirt. 100%, he plays better with his hand in the dirt. So
look at his fucking bend coming around the fucking edge, for God's sake.
Yeah. His arms are so fucking long. Like when I see him coming around, it amazes. It sucks. We got to cut this damn thing short. Damn it, Joe. Joe Mandel. Y'all go on Joe's show and you tell him that he cut into the AC show and you're not happy about it. That's bullshit.
That's fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, so the last thing on the IR part, for me, it's like, I don't want anybody to come. Obviously, you don't bring them off early. You don't, like, whatever, just to get them on the field. But if they're 100% healthy and they're ready to go, we heard Jenkins was in the gym. Jenkins has been, back, and he was running, even the game that we went to prior to the start of the game, he was, doing a couple sprints on the field and running back and forth. You seen him out there doing his thing.
I think they said he was stretching before the Pittsburgh game.
Yeah, and he was also out before the San Fran game. He was out there kind of doing the stretches, doing a little, like quick sprints and movement here and there, but nothing like, oh my God, look at, he wasn't dragging a fucking golf cart.
Another thing on Juan Castillo, I'm sorry I'm cutting into this damn show, but y'all know how I am. Another thing on Juan Castillo, they were talking to him. I don't remember when this story came out, but it was a couple of weeks ago. And when Borum and Jenkins were both injured, he had them in the classroom. So they're learning all the talk, all the verbiage of the offense. So when they're not there physically, he's getting them there mentally. So when they do get back physically, they may have a leg up on the competition. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I think that's smart for your offensive line coach to at least have them doing something if they can't run.
It seemed like it worked for Bourne.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, we got to wrap.
Yeah, let's wrap this thing up. Any shout outs? You guys got anything? I'm going to start this one right now. So happy birthday to my pops, to old Mr. Phelan. I'm the third, so whatever.
Big Bob.
But, yeah. Happy birthday to Pops.
EP3.
And then and then a shout out to to all the Marines out there. Happy birthday to all the Marines. I mean, this was a rough couple days, man. The Marine Corps birthday, Veterans Day, shit, we were fucking getting after it. So a big shout out to all the veterans and then happy birthday to all the Marines out there. Good to be back with everybody in the house. It's a good week, even though it took a bye week to where we all, emotions.
We had to all come off IR.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, man, I might go on IR for the rest of the fucking season. And that's it for me. So over to Badge, what you got, dude?
Nah, I'm good, man. Good. Appreciate the chat. Everybody kicks ass in the chat.
AC, what you got?
Man, shout out to all the veterans out there. Happy belated Veterans Day. I wore my salute to service hat just for that today. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Don't give them your money, AC. Don't give them your money.
They always get my fucking money. I don't care, man. I do the same. All my teams, I always support my team. Win, lose, or draw. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to y'all. Just like y'all said, all of us coming together on a bye week. Joe Mandel got me rushing in this motherfucker.
Mike, you really got to hurry up, though.
All right. Hey, y'all gonna kick me
all
off
right,
the
AC
show?
just got cut off his own show, the AC show.
Yeah, I'm going to fucking play the closing logo now. Bye, everybody. Yeah.